Do you ever find yourself saying yes to people when you really mean no? In this video, I'd like to share with you some thoughts and tips on how you can break that cycle. How do I know all about this? Well, those of you who watch my social media feeds know me as Frank Spector, a medical malpractice lawyer, but I've spent so many years trying to improve my communication skills so that I can have more healthy interactions with those around me. I heard a really good quote. It says, when you say yes to everyone, you're saying no to yourself. What's that mean? We are constantly inundated of requests from our friends and family and colleagues for our time. And the truth is, we can't be everywhere for everybody. And by saying yes to everybody when we really mean no, we're depriving ourselves of the value of our time. But it can be very difficult. We may have barriers as to why we can't say no to people. Maybe it's because we want to be thought of as being helpful and accommodating. We don't want to be a no person. Maybe we have fear. Maybe we think that if we say no to someone, they won't like us, they won't want to be our friends. And so if we keep saying yes to them, we're trying to seek their approval. By doing that, we not only harm ourselves, but we harm the other person. I know that one of the traps that people fall into, and I fell into this myself, is saying to someone when they ask me for a time commitment, I'll say, well, maybe, or let me think about it. But in my mind, I already knew I wasn't going to do it. Now that hurts the other person because that person's not a mind reader. If you tell that person maybe, or you'll think about it, that's what they think is going to happen. They're still holding out hope that you're going to say yes, but the truth is you're not. So not only are you harming yourself, you're harming the other person. So what can we do to break this barrier? Let me share with you a couple of tips. Number one, let's get over our fear of saying no. If no was a word we weren't supposed to use, it wouldn't be in our vocabulary. There's nothing wrong with the word no. So once we get over that fear of saying no, we can get on a path of taking better charge of our lives. The second tip that I would offer is being able to understand that just by saying no, that doesn't mean that someone is going to be disappointed in you or not going to want to be your friend. When I started saying no to people, you know what I realized? People were okay with it. They were just asking you if you would like to do something. They weren't holding you to it, and they weren't holding up their friendship or the fact that they want to be with you predicated on whether you were going to say yes to this specific request. And let me share with you my top tip that I think can be very helpful in your life. But before I do that, please hit that like and subscribe button below. That way you can take advantage of all of my videos. So what's my number one tip? I've said this before in other videos, and it's a tool called I can't do that, but I can do this. Let me give you an example. Let's suppose you have a friend who's very involved in a charity, and your friend asks you whether you can attend a banquet or a dinner in honor of the charity, and it's just not something that you're able to do. But you don't want to disappoint your friend because you understand how important this charity is to them. So what can you do? You can say, I can't do this, but I can do that. You can tell them, I can't attend your function. I'm sorry, I have other time commitments. I'm not going to be able to do that. But what I'd love to do is I would love to make a donation to that charity in your honor. So what does that do? It validates for that person that you're taking their charity seriously. They understand that you're not going to be able to say yes to the request that they've made, but you think enough of them that you're going to honor them by making that donation. And that means that you're not a no person. So you're not saying yes to something that you don't want to do. Instead, you're saying yes to the things that you can. I hope you found this video helpful. Please leave your comments below. I would love to know if this tool has worked for you or if it's working for you. I also would like your thoughts about any other suggestions that you have to help us break the barrier of saying yes when we really mean no.